Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Littleroot Laddering. This is the last episode with this team sent in to us by Manix with the Galarian Weezing, Dragapult, Porygon 2, Terrakion, Escavalier, and Blastoise. So, if you haven't checked out the last couple episodes, this team has been really fun to play. Really excited to see if we can make another good run with this. So, end of last episode, we made it to Tier 9, which I think is the highest I've ever actually been on the ladder. I honestly, historically, have not played a ton on the ladder, so hopefully this series is going to be what pushes us into Master Ball. So today, first team of the day, we have Hard Sun with Torkoal, Charizard, Venusaur, Tyranitar, Dusclops, and Togekiss. So this is your very much stereotypical Sun team at this point. So Weezing is insane here, just being able to shut off Torkoal's ability, preventing them from actually getting to set up at all. And what do we like? Probably Terrakion up front. Terrakion's really good against everything except Venusaur. What if we actually lead Weezing Dragapult with Terrakion and Blastoise in the back? I think this is fine. I like this a lot. I don't think we need P2 or Escavalier. I don't think we're particularly going to try to go slow this game. Yeah, I think this is fine. Let's just jump on in and see how this goes for us. So, opponent is leading Torkoal Venusaur. Cool. And we're just like, alright, cool. Whatever. We don't care about what you're doing. So, I think I like going for Protect plus Dynamaxing and going for Max Airstream onto the Venusaur. Because, like, obviously at this point, the Weezing is their big target of what they want to be able to take out. Because, like, their team doesn't get to do their thing without Sun up. So being able to take out the Weezing is really what's going to be important for them. So we're going to see the Venusaur withdraw, sending in the Charizard, which still is not going to like this this Max Airstream going into it. Probably seeing a Eruption or a Yawn out from the Torkoal. So, you know, this is the standard for Sun at this point, but that doesn't mean that the movesets are all the same. So being able to see what the actual team does itself, because like the team itself can do a lot of different things with a lot of different sets depending on what our opponent actually brings. So if this is like Yawn Torkoal, then we could be in not so great of a position. Okay, so Earth Power into the Weezing. So we're gonna go for a I think it's just correct to go for a Clear Smog into the Torkoal, pick up some chip damage. And then we'll go for a Max Phantasm into the Charizard. Like, if Charizard stays in here, it's not going to like this hit. If it switches out to, like, Dusclops, it's not going to like this hit. If this is changing out to Venusaur, it still is not going to like this hit. Yeah, like, Togekiss is debatably the best thing they could have switched in here. And, like, it still just gets beat up by this hit. Oh, I should not have gone for Clear Smog, actually, because now the defense boost on the Torkoal is going to go away. Yeah, I should have Cleared Smogged into the Charizard. Or just hit Strange Steam. Yeah, that's a misplay on my part. So we're going to see that Earth Power come out. Gonna do a little bit to Weezing, not enough to have it be concerning. But yeah, if we take the chart, if we take the Torkoal out here, then like they just don't have anything to do. Like they can't set up weather at that point. So taking out the Torkoal here, yeah, like we just see our opponent immediately canceling the battle there because they just don't have an answer to this Weezing. Yeah, I think this is a very good explanation of why Weezing is good. Like, we get to take the Torkoal out there, and then Weezing has done its job. It has prevented them from setting up weather so that they just can't do anything. That was a really good game to show off Weezing's power. Man, we might actually make it to Ultra Ball today if we have another good run. Which, I mean, this team has had really, really good gameplay so far. I've really enjoyed playing with this team. So next game here we have we go from hard sun to hard rain with Pelipper, Barraskewda, Sableye, Rillaboom, Kingdra, and Gastrodon. So I think Dragapult Weezing is just insane here as well. And I like I don't really care for Blastoise. Blastoise is kind of whatever. Escavalier is kind of okay. And I think P2 just because it has like Thunderbolt. I don't really like Terrakion just because it gets beat up by literally everything on their team. Yeah, this seems fine. So like again, this is just going to be another really good game where like they need Sableye to set their rain for them. So we need to be able to deal with the Sableye first. I have a feeling that's going to be their lead is like Sableye plus Barraskewda. And if that's the case, then I think we're fine. So we see Sableye Kingdra, which, I mean, this is also just fine for us. So here we just get to immediately Dynamax, go for the Max Wormwind into the Kingdra. And like, even if they set rain here, it doesn't do anything. Like, Kingdra's ability is still shut off. So yeah, we'll just target down the Kingdra here. We're gonna withdraw the Sableye. Sending in Gastrodon. Yeah, like, sure. Whatever. I don't really care. I don't really care about that. Like, I guess Gastrodon is going to be their answer to Weezing, but Dragapult don't mess around with any of that. And we're going to see the Dynamax from the Kingdra as well. So, hopefully we can just take this out this turn. I can't imagine that between a Max Wormwind and a Strange Steam into that slot that this is going to live. Depends on what item it's carrying. If it's Assault Vest, then the Strange Steam isn't going to do a ton. Yeah, like... So they are going to get an attack off. But ultimately, I don't think it matters. Yeah, we're going to see the Wormwind into our Dragapult, which unfortunately we don't take, but they are going to go down to this Strange Steam. So, like, both of our Dynamaxes are done on turn 1. Yeah. I think we are in a very good position at this point. Like, we essentially traded our Dynamaxes, and I think that's a very good position for us to be in. So I'm going to send in the Escavalier here. And we're going to see that Sableye come back out. Okay. So, Mega Horn into the Gastrodon. And we can click Protect here. We can also go for, well, I mean, like, Sableye doesn't have Prankster, so we can just, I mean, it's still incredibly fast, but getting the Will-O-Wisp off there is kind of annoying. It's going to be Citrus Berry, because we're not quite in range of any of the others. Yeah, Citrus Berry on there. Earth Power into the Weezing. Not enough to take us out, though. And unfortunately, we missed Mega Horn. That's kind of annoying, but not the end of the world. So I think here, we're just going to keep Mega Horning. Actually, what if we Iron Head into the Sableye and protect Weezing this turn? Nightshade. That's one you don't ever see on Sableye. That's one I didn't even know it got. And the Muddy Water there not doing anything thanks to, one, the Protect, and two, them missing. So, unfortunately, the Will-O-Wisp is really hurting us. It is really affecting us. So, we could switch into P2 here. Yeah, I like switching into Porygon here and preserving the Gastrodon. I mean, the Weezing. So we are going to get an attack rate, a boost. That's unfortunate. So we're going to see the Rain Dance go up. You're going to see the Earth Power into the Porygon, which will take like a champ. Iron Head into the Sableye. Should be enough to pick up the KO. It is. Okay. So what does our opponent have in the back? Gonna have the Rillaboom. Okay. I think we're in a pretty decent position. All things considered. So I'm going to click Mega Horn into the Rillaboom. And Ice Beam into the Rillaboom. Most likely going to be a Fake Out into probably the Porygon. Going to go for a knockoff into the Escavalier. Decent damage. Muddy Water is going to connect on both Pokemon. Not quite enough to pick up the KO on a Escavalier, though. Unfortunately, did get the crit on the P2, though. And once again, we missed the Mega Horn. So, Escavalier is going to go down this turn to its burn. Actually, no, because of the recovery, we should be fine. We should end up at the 8 HP, or 6, yeah. So Escavalier is going to go down this turn, though. And I think we need to hit Recover. Probably going to be a knockoff into the Porygon. Man, opponent getting all the lucky crits. Gonna get our Recover off before the Gastrodon actually gets to move. Just gonna click another Muddy Water, connecting with both. Yeah, unfortunately, man, another crit. That is so many. I don't think we're in a position where we can actually win this game at this point. Ultimately, I think losing our Dynamax early is what's going to cost us. Like, we just don't really have a good answer to this Gastrodon, and we really don't have a good answer to Gastrodon on this team, which is the unfortunate part here. So we can go for a Corrosive Gas, which I don't think actually matters. We can also just, like, I guess we can hit Protect plus Ice Beam and just try to get, like, a freeze on the Rillaboom. Because I have a feeling it's going to knock off into that slot this turn. Nope, gonna Grassy Glide into the Porygon. I wasn't sure, wasn't entirely sure if it was Choice Band. Just because the amount of damage it was doing was fairly high, but you also knocked off 2 items, which doubles its, or adds 1.5 times to its power. So there was a chance, because they did just go for the double knockoff, that it was Choice Band. Especially since they didn't have Fake Out on turn 1. Yeah, I don't see how we win this game at this point, so I am just going to go ahead and concede and move on. Unfortunately, that means I don't think we're able to make it to Ultra Ball today, but, you know, we're definitely making a good climb towards it, so. Let's just jump right back into last game of the day. And the last game with this team, which, I have thoroughly enjoyed this team. We talked about at the end of the last video about just how powerful neutralizing gas has really impressed me on this team, and the last team is really being able to shut off a ton of different abilities. So here we have Blastoise, Arcanine, Rillaboom, Indeedee Female, Amoonguss, Togekiss. So this is most likely G-Max Blastoise. How do we beat this? How do we beat this team? Between, like, G-Max Blastoise and Crit Kiss. Most likely going to be Support Arcanine, Indeedee, Amoonguss, and then, like, your damaging sources are the Rillaboom, Blastoise, and the Togekiss. Like, Weezing shuts off abilities here, but, like, the terrains I don't think particularly matter. So what if we lead, like, P2 Blastoise, like P2 Weezing, and then have, like, Escavalier plus Dragapult in the back. Dragapult lines up actually really well. Actually, I think I want those 4, but with P2 Escavalier in the back. Like, we'll just lead the same way we did last game. Because we can just go for some max airstreams into, like, the Togekiss, I mean, the Amoonguss and the Rillaboom. And then we have, like, Max Phantasm and... yeah, Max Phantasm for, like, the Togekiss here. So we're going to see Indeedee Blastoise up front. So what's the chance that this Blastoise has Max Hailstorm? So we can go for a Corrosive Gas plus Protect here on turn 1. Just to get rid of items. Which I like. I think that's fine. So we're not going to see the Dynamax and the Blastoise here. You're going to see the Follow Me from the Indeedee. You're going to see the Shell Smash from the Blastoise. Unfortunately, it is faster than us, so it does get that off before we can take away its White Herb. But now we can just go for a Clear Smog into that slot, and everything should be set up fine. And we're going to get rid of whatever Indeedee's item is. Gonna get rid of oh, it wasn't a White Herb. So yeah, we can just go for a Clear Smog into the Blastoise and go for... I guess we can go for Max Airstreams here? Or we could go for Max Wormwinds into the Indeedee as well. Getting rid of the Life Orb on the Blastoise actually is really good for us. I envision this is just going to be a Follow Me plus Dynamax for whatever, like, most likely losing Weezing this turn. Yeah, unfortunately, the Blastoise is faster than Dragapult now, so maybe that's a reason to go for the Max Airstream, just so we can outspeed it on the following turn. So we are going to see the Dynamax from the Blastoise and our Dragapult. I'm just trying to think about the Max Airstream line here. Maybe it is better. Like, it really just depends on if they have Max Hailstorm. Nope, Cannonade. I'm assuming into Weezing. Yep, Weezing easily going down there. Not surprised by that at all. So now they do get their Psychic Surge up. And most likely Torrent on the Blastoise. I can't imagine that's not the case. But we do get the Max Wormwind into the Indeedee, hopefully picking up the KO. Not quite. It is a bulky girl. But we get the attack drop on both the Blastoise and the Indeedee. And we're going to get some Cannonade damage from the Blastoise as well. We really don't have a good answer to this Blastoise now, because P2 is not going to... like, we can't protect. And I think a Helping Hand Max Cannonade is going to be enough to take out the P2 this turn. So do we pray it isn't and just hit Recover? And we can go for a Max Airstream into the Blastoise. See how much this does. Especially since they are -1 special defense. Or -1 defense. Like, since they targeted on the Weezing, I have a feeling that they don't have... they don't have Hailstorm, which is good for us. You're gonna see the Follow Me. Oh, they do have the Hailstorm. That's unfortunate. That's really, really unfortunate. That should easily pick up the KO. Yeah. I was thinking that since they didn't target down the Dragapult last turn, that they didn't have it. But yeah, definitely got punished by not going for Max Airstream last turn. Because had we gone for Airstream last turn, we would have been able to live. Like, we would have been faster and been able to pick up the KO on the Indeedee. But now I just don't see a way how we possibly win this game. Blastoise is really, really threatening. Escavalier most likely is not going to be able to live a hit. And I don't think Escavalier is going to be able to basically 4v1 this team. But, I mean, we got to start somewhere, so hopefully Mega Horn can actually hit. We get Trick Room up. I mean, we can pray, but I don't envision us actually being able to win this game, especially with a Helping Hand come out here. You're gonna see most likely the Cannonade into the Porygon. Yeah. Do we actually hit a Mega Horn? Oh, we actually hit a Mega Horn. So yeah, we are able to pick up the KO on the Indeedee, but at this point it's a 1v3 with a very powerful Blastoise on their end, and us being incredibly slow and not being able to get Trick Room up. I don't see how we could win this game. Yeah, especially with him having Arcanine in the back here. yeah, Arcanine for the Intimidate. Plus, they're gonna have probably Flare Blitz, or yeah, most likely Flare Blitz. I'll make them show it to me, but I don't see how we win this game. I definitely think it would have been correct to have Fell Stinger on Escavalier. We live the Hydro Cannon, which is actually really surprising, but yeah, the Arcanine does have the Flare Blitz to pick up the KO there. So, really, really unfortunate games today, but definitely got to just show the power of how Weezing can do its thing. Definitely misplayed this last one. Had we gone for the Airstream, we could have outsped the Blastoise. And, I mean, they are -1, so there is a chance that at -1, since they went for the Helping Hand, that the Airstream could do a ton of damage to the Blastoise. I'm actually interested in seeing just how much that could do. So, unfortunately, the Max Wormwind could not pick up the KO on the Blastoise. We only do at most 94%. So and that is at -1 defense with 0 defense investment. And they were faster than us, so yeah, really, really close game there. But ultimately, our decision would not have mattered too terribly much. But really, really close games today. But really got to show just how powerful Weezing can be between this team and the last team that we played a few episodes back. It really just shows you how reliant Pokemon are on their abilities right now, and being able to just shut those off just really just makes it where you can do what you need without them being able to do what they need. So really, really glad we got to show these off. Really excited to continue this series and get to play some more teams of yours. If you're interested in seeing your team played, make sure you go and join the Discord down in the description. That has a Team of the Week section where you can submit your teams for Carl and I to talk about on the podcast. And if you have a rental code, we can then play it on Littleroot Laddering. So if you're interested in that, make sure you do that. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell for notifications when new stuff goes live, which should be every day for the foreseeable future. Drop a like on the video. It definitely helps us with the YouTube algorithm getting our stuff out there. And leave a comment down below just telling me what do you think about the team? Like, now that we've had all the episodes come out for it, I want to know what you think of the team as a whole. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a wonderful day. We'll be back tomorrow with some more stuff. Peace.